All right, for those of you in lakes on Eldridge North, you may have the same type of irrigation system on the side of your house. I just got a few minutes to try to rip through this just to kind of show how I winterize my pipes and stuff. So what you're going to find is that you have basically an upside down U system. It should have a turn-off valve here on the horizontal member, and it's going to have a turn-off valve probably hidden behind it, but it's right there. This one is going to be in the vertical position when you first look at it if your sprinkler system has been running recently. So you want to turn it counterclockwise a quarter turn until it is basically it's horizontal on that member, and this one, leave this one in the open position so that it runs in line with the long pipe here. What you're going to find is that your main water supply that's coming up to feed your irrigation system is coming up to this brass housing here, or whatever it's made out of. I'm pretty sure it's brass. And you'll find one of these guys. On this line, you'll find another one. You gotta look just right underneath it. So, turn on my flashlight here. So what you're gonna do first, my system's been emptied a little bit already. You're gonna take this with a flathead screwdriver, turn it a quarter turn clockwise. That's gonna open up a little ball that's inside of there. Again, this is after you have turned this green guy, whatever color yours is, the actual turn-off valve, 90 degrees so that it is opposite to the direction of the pipe, basically. Mine's going horizontal, yeah. So now that you've turned this, you probably get a little water, just a tiny little bit of water that'll spurt out of here, and it'll stop pretty quickly. Now, let's see, what else? What I do, this is a step that a lot of people don't do, and I've suffered the breaking of this housing due to freeze because of it. I'll show you why. So I've removed one of my screws already because it's a different style screwdriver. So I'll show you what's up. When I opened this up at first, after turning my supply off, there was water. Nope, excuse me. And then this device, if yours is a plastic one, there's some brass bell housings removed very similar. You take the single Phillips head screw out of the top of it, and I believe that bell will pull off. If not, these guys here, they actually screw off counterclockwise. So you might have to go two-handed on this one. Support this so it doesn't flex or break or anything. But mine took quite a bit of elbow grease with two hands just to break the seal on there. So what's inside there is this spring. Then you got this little guy, and it pulls right up out of there. It's got an O-ring on there. Put that back exactly how it was configured before, so remember when we go to reinstall. This was completely full of water all the way to the top, even after draining this guy out. So what you need to do is make sure that you also open this guy counterclockwise 90 degrees. Now all that water that's stored in this vertical pipe is draining out. All that's gonna drain out of here, and then by leaving this open, it's going to constantly allow air to go down here, and it's going to allow all your water to migrate down to its lowest common denominator in the system and completely empty out this housing as good as you're going to need it for the freeze anyway. So this stuff I can't remove out of there. I'm going to leave that in as part of the housing itself, but we can in fact say that this is basically the system will be drained before Thursday's freeze. So that's all you have to do. Leave this exactly like that. I'm going to leave this guy actually, you know what, it's empty. You can install the stuff if you want. There's no more water as long as you don't mess with it. Oh, you have to turn your sprinkler system off, by the way. Don't forget to do that so it doesn't just try to keep refilling. So I'm just going to loosely put this on here. Let's see what else. And then come next season when I'm ready to crank this thing up, I'll go ahead and throw everything back together. But for now, we'll just put the parts generally where they belong. And this other oddball screw that somebody put in there before. Sorry if the video is a little off. It's hard to do this one-handed. And anyway, that's the gist of it. I am also going to actually, since the water supply is turned off right now, I'm going to go ahead and cycle my sprinkler system to test all the heads. And I'm going to do that just for 1 minute each, just to kind of open up all the, oh, screw that, it's going to stay like that. Have to replace that, it's good because it's the wrong one anyway. So anyway, I'm gonna run my system real quick here. So my system's been off for a while here since we started getting colder temperatures. So go to test all stations. Mine puts up 2-minute test. I reduce that to 1 because that's all you're going to need. And then hold to start and testing. So I should be running each of those, each of the zones out there now for 1 minute. It'll cycle through and it'll shut itself off, and I'll just pull the power on this one later on. That's winterized. We're done.